Good afternoon, Miss McKenzie. You were arrested for one count of first-degree murder. I will appoint the public defender's office for you. Miss Cor-
Revoking Ms. McKenzie's right to counsel and her right to remain silent.
All right, so I've reviewed the arrest affidavit. There is probable cause for the charge of first-degree murder. She killed her child. So I'm holding you with no bond. Good day, ma'am.
On November 14, 2023, in Miami-Dade County, a 36-year-old woman named Shanika Ann McKenzie was rushed to Hialeah Hospital with an emergency. Her 8-year-old son was unconscious and unresponsive. Doctors did everything they could, but it was too late. The boy had already died, apparently in somewhat bizarre manner. To many of us, there is no safer place for a child than in the company of its mother, the person who will love them no matter what and be willing to die for them if necessary. Most of the time, this is the case, but for 8-year-old Jason Burgos, things were different. Shortly after his mother brought him to the hospital unconscious and he was pronounced dead, doctors performed an autopsy that revealed the following. The boy had been strangled. The little boy's mother, Shanika, soon became the prime suspect, and after confessing to her crimes, was revealed to be his killer. The circumstances in which the little boy lived were not the best. According to what some officials and family members told the media, Jason's father had died several years earlier. In addition, Miami-Dade Police Department officials stated that Shanika Ann McKenzie and her son had moved to South Florida just over a year ago and were living precariously. McKenzie had no steady source of income, much less a permanent residence. The Missouri native and her son had been living in various hotels since arriving in Miami-Dade, and little Jason was out of school. But the worst part of the story is yet to come. Not only did McKenzie take the life of her own son, she confessed during interrogation that she had been planning the murder for the previous 2 days until she found her opportunity on the morning of Tuesday, November 14th. There, taking advantage of the fact that the child was asleep in the passenger seat, McKenzie took a tablecloth and spread it over her son's face, pressing down until her son stopped responding. But she didn't stop there. Not content with killing her son, she started the car and went shopping as if nothing had happened. But not just in one place. She visited several stores and businesses in Miami-Dade. With her son's body still in the warm car without anyone daring to suspect the truth, only when she was finished did she go to the hospital. The case caused horror and shock throughout the community. Without going any further, Andre Martin, detective of the Miami-Dade Police Force, referred to the case with the following words. It is very difficult to understand how a parent can not only plan to murder her son, but after carrying out this murder, continue with her day as if nothing had happened. Driving around with her son's lifeless body and making several purchases as if nothing had happened is unimaginable. Detective Martin was not quick to jump to conclusions about this woman's motives for taking her son's life, although it is not surprising that many people believe she did it simply to avoid having to deal with her child. Regarding the possible motives that could have led this twisted woman to end her son's life, Detective Martin had only this to say. Our detectives are still investigating and trying to determine a possible motive. That's something we all wonder about in such a heinous crime. As a parent and as an investigator, this is the last case you want to hear about. The murder of a child in any situation is a tragic thing to deal with. The woman is now at Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center, awaiting trial for the brutal murder of her own son. Miami-Dade Circuit Judge Mindy S. Glazer had this to say when asked about the possible outcome of the case. I believe there is probable cause in the arrest affidavit for the charge of first-degree murder. If found guilty and sentenced on these charges, Shanika McKenzie could end up serving a life sentence without the possibility of parole. For the vast majority of people, this is not a punishment equal with a crime as serious as taking the life of not only a defenseless and harmless young child, but also the one person she as a mother was supposed to be protecting above else. This is a very sad story, and just give me your thoughts on this case. Do you think she suffered from mental illness, or was she simply just tired of her child and didn't want the responsibility? If you think a child you know is going through some form of abuse or neglect, call 911 or any emergency number in your country. If you are in the USA, you can call or text 1-800-422-4453. Professional crisis counselors are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, in over 170 languages. Bear in mind that child help hotline crisis counselors can't make the report for you, but they can walk you through the process and let you know what to expect. Let's do our best to make sure no kids get hurt or murdered under our watch. Thank you guys for listening, and leave your thoughts on this case. And please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.